Doctor visits can often seem both overwhelming and intimidating, and that can apply to our pet's doctor too. So what should a pet owner know about what to expect from their vet? First off, timing is important.
A good rule of thumb is at least once a year. As dogs get older, what we call senior, small dogs around 8 or 9 years of age, large breed dogs like Great Danes or senior dogs at 6 years of age, they should probably go at least twice a year, every 6 months, because at that point, things will start to pop up that you don't want to wait 12 months to find.
Okay, got it. But what about procedures? What's my right and what's wrong?
You should be comfortable enough with your veterinarian to discuss cost. Never be afraid to say, that's expensive, I can't really do that, what are my other options? Because it's our job to give you plan A, but there's a plan B and a plan C sometimes. And whenever that's available, it's something you ought to be able to discuss. And you shouldn't be ashamed or afraid to ask it, because we're here to take care of your pet along with you. We're your partner in this. And if it means we have to change some things around, we do. But always ask, and if your veterinarian hesitates to tell you that, then find a new vet.
What about a second opinion?
I think a second opinion is always great. If you have questions, it's never a bad idea. I have colleagues here in the Atlanta area that I send patients to for second opinions. If you have questions and you think there is another opinion you want, tell your veterinarian you'd like a second opinion. And again, if they seem to have a problem with that, find another veterinarian or keep asking questions.
Hey, I didn't authorize that. What can I do?
It's my responsibility to take care of your pet, but I also have to make sure to get permission to do things to your pet. And if anything's done without your permission, you have the right to raise your hand and say, I didn't authorize that, and question whether or not you should have to pay for it. What vets typically do is give you an estimate with a general broad range of what could potentially happen. And I think as long as it's within that window, you should trust your veterinarian to make a decision, even though they may have done a test that you didn't recommend.
What if I can't pay?
There are low-cost vet practices around, and there are times where a client comes here and we're above their pay range, so we will send them to the low-cost vet practices. A lot of those are nonprofit, and they get a lot of donations, so they can afford to do things at a particular rate that many general practitioners cannot. There's also veterinary schools with using it as a teaching tool will do very upscale type progressive medicine at a lower cost because they have students doing a lot of it. And as long as you understand it's a student sometimes and not a DVM, but a student who is being supervised by DVM, it's really a great option to consider.
What about last-ditch efforts?
The veterinary client-patient bond is so important, and we all have to take it seriously, because when everything's great, it works out well, but when you get to that point at an end-of-life discussion, that's where you have to sometimes take off the doctor jacket and put on the friend, family jacket and help them make the right decision, instead of getting into some kind of costly long-term procedure that you don't agree is going to be best for their pet. And they need you to help them come to that conclusion. It's not our job to tell you what I would do if it were my dog. I sometimes think it is, because they need to know that and they need to hear that because they trust you. So the longer I've done this, the more I understand that.